Great. And Boeing and excuse me, Boeing and Naval Station Everett are major economic anchors in the district. As you know, what specific steps have you taken the last 2 years to support aerospace jobs, defense infrastructure, and supply chain resilience here?
Well, we're continuing our work to support Naval Station Everett by supporting the home porting of the next generation of frigates. That there was one frigate program that was canceled, but now they're going to do new frigates, and so we want those frigates to be placed at Naval Station Everett, so they're home ported along with the destroyers that are already there, and to support the women and men who are serving on those surface ships in our military. And included in that, I've supported the most recent 3.8% pay increase for our service members as well. And when it comes to Boeing and Boeing jobs, tell people, it's like it's not so much Boeing, but I represent more Boeing employees than anybody in Congress. It's the women and men who work there that live in my district, drive every day into work, get paid, spend that money in Stanwood and in Arlington and Everett and south of here. And so the work that they do is really important because Boeing is. We've always thought Boeing is a local company, but it's a global company. It's serving a global market. It's serving a global marketplace, and the work that these women and men do, people around the world see it and feel it and write it every day. So it is important to support the women and men there, and that's why on the aviation bill, it's so important that there's infrastructure in place to make sure our airports in this country are in great shape. It's important that I support light rail that goes out to and near the Boeing facility, so it can be so the commute in the future is better for Boeing employees, especially as Boeing has chosen to create a fourth line for the 737 MAX in Everett, which is great economic development for the Pacific Northwest. Ensuring that it's kind of the arcane world of certifying airplanes so they can fly and certifying components of airplanes so they can be put in safely and used safely. But that's what the FAA does, and that work comes through my committee. And we're trying to ensure that the FAA can have more staff to work more aggressively on certifying not just the airplanes, but like the pieces and components that go into the airplanes. I don't know how many. I know there's like 12 miles of wire in every airplane, as a for instance, and that's just the wiring. I don't know how many pieces there are in an airplane, but I can probably find out for you in about 30 minutes. But all those have to be certified to be used in the airplane because if you're moving 250 people or 200 people across the country at 35,000 feet. It's a pretty amazing thing that's happening. And I want these flights to be the least exciting thing that happens to people on their travel day. And you can only do that by having an FAA that is well funded, that has people trained to do the certification, so that these airplanes do fly safely.
Great. And of course, it would be remiss of me not to mention FIFA World Cup.
Heard of it, yeah.
Seeing as it's the hot new thing here in Seattle area.
Yeah.